Demand more. Get Allmax.
Hey guys, welcome to video number 2, part of our series. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of meal prep. Got my potatoes, rices, I'm going to do a little bit of grilling, show you what I'm doing as far as my meals go right now leading into Nationals. Shortly after that, we're going to go out to USA Gym in Bridgeview, smash some shoulders, and talk a little bit about some supplementation and a couple other things as well. Carbohydrates. I had these prepped already because they take about an hour to cook. Instead of microwaving them, I always cut them kind of up into thinner slices, and I'll bake them in the oven about 450 degrees for about an hour. Cover them with the foil, keep some moisture in so they don't get real dry and tacky, kind of like when you microwave them. So I also douse them with cinnamon, and when you keep the foil over the top, they caramelize and they get really soft and they just taste amazing. So it's just a little bit of an easier way to put them in your containers and stuff like that. So I've always made them this way. A lot of people ask me how to make sweet potatoes, and this is how I do it. I never microwave them, so my favorite. So other than my sweet potatoes, as far as carbohydrates that I have cooked here, jasmine white rice. It's jasmine white rice I tend to favor a little bit more. It's flavored better, it's scented, it's not bleached and processed like a lot of the other rices are, so from a health standpoint it's a little bit better. It doesn't get real mushy also, so it stays separated when you cook it. Generally I'll do 3 cups of uncooked rice and 6 cups of water, and I'll cook it in my rice cooker for like half hour, 45 minutes until it's done. And through the day I think I'm totaling maybe like 6 cups of rice, maybe, give or take. It depends on where I'm at in my diet. So right now I'm doing a little bit less than 6 cups. But other carbohydrates that I use Ezekiel bread, cream of rice, and then supplemented with carb ion also, like intra and post workout, things like that. But those are the carbs I tend to use, throughout the day. I don't do just one carbohydrate. Your body responds better when it has variety. So there are a lot of people that will do chicken and rice and broccoli, or chicken and this and that, and it's the same thing throughout the day, but your body is made to adapt. So you have different variables of food sources, and your body tends to respond a little bit better. Timing is also an issue too. I like using the white rice because even though it's a complex carb, it has a better you have a better insulin spike with that. So when I use it before I train, I find that I get a better pump, I have better energy, and it's a kind of a faster acting feeling carbohydrate, even though it's complex. So timing also plays a role too, as far as when you're taking them in throughout the day. And I base the bulk of my carbs generally around my training, and when I train in the afternoon, evening, like 6:30, this is when I start having the bulk. So I'll do 500 grams of sweet potatoes after I train, or 500 grams of jasmine white rice after I train, and then another 350 grams of either red potatoes or white rice after that meal. So that's going to ensure the most optimal amount of like glycogen storage, rather than taking in bulk amount of carbs throughout the morning when there's really no use for them not being utilized. I'm not weight training, I'm just working throughout the day. I'm not doing any heavy lifting or exerting a lot of energy. So that's what I like to do. That's my theory, that's my method of doing things. Not saying it's right, but it's been working for me. There's some studies behind that. So these are my 2 favorites. Sweet potatoes are done. It's about time to eat, actually. We need to hurry this up, guys. Okay. Proteins: chicken, organic, ground bison, fillets. They were on sale. I have to cook them by today, otherwise it's bad news. Fillets, honestly, can't go wrong with them, right? They're tender, they taste the best. It's the best kind of beef you can get, right? And they're on sale. Normally it's not something I buy, not on a regular basis. So what I use, I guess I treat myself to that, but like I said, since they're on sale, I went ahead and went for it. Ground bison, great source of red meat, a little bit leaner. I usually make them in patties. They're loaded with, they have a lot of better fats and stuff like that, and being that's organic, and these are grass-fed as well, so the omega-3 fat is a lot better than, you know, regular saturated fat when animals are fed with corn and byproduct and stuff like that. So you know that the fat source from the meat is a little bit better. So I'm doing a few meals a day with red meat. You know, right now it's almost 12 o'clock, so I've already eaten, you know, a few times. You know, my first meal was you know, about 10 egg whites and a whole omega-3 egg, and had a couple pieces of Ezekiel bread with that. And my second meal was about 7-8 ounces of chicken. Had like 10 ounces of sweet potatoes with that. So my meals are varying throughout the day, but I'm training a little bit earlier too, so my meal portions are changing as I go. With seasoning, what I use on pretty much everything, and it's my favorite, is garlic and black pepper seasoning salt. I don't know why it tastes so good, but when you put it on the grill, it's amazing. And that's where I cook all my meats at every day. Even in the winter here in Chicago, we had like a polar vortex. We had 5 feet of snow, no exaggeration, and it was -50. So I pulled the grill up to my back door, and it's 50 below zero, and I'm grilling my food. It was snowed in, can't go anywhere, but I'm not missing meals. So I just like the taste of food on the grill. I think everybody does. But it's a lot easier to cook in bulk too, and it just gives that nice char-broiled flavor. And I've been eating food off of a pan and out of an oven for too damn long, so this has been every single day for 2 years since I got this house. Just every day is on the grill. So there you have it for the second part of my day. Filet, ground bison, chicken breast. Let's go and head out to the grill. The grill's already preheated. I always cook my steak medium rare. I once read that that's where the nutrients are at their best, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just being honest. So we'll cook these a little bit, turn down the heat. So grilling 101. Meats, red meats, they the less fat that they have, the quicker they cook. Sounds about right. So with these, I like to cook them a little bit medium rare. I like to leave a little bit of red in them, so I'll put the heat a little bit lower, and I cook it for less. I'll flip them a little bit more often. Chicken is pretty simple. You just got to cook it all the way through. I always cook it on medium heat though, rather than when you put it up real high, it gets chewy and just, ugh. So we go medium, flip it 2 times on each side. At this point, I really don't have a particular method. It's just been doing it, so you just kind of know when things are done. But yeah, that's really what I do for grilling. Not much too. We go head down. All right, so while our lunches and dinners are cooking, just talk a little bit about what I do day to day. I live a pretty robotic lifestyle. I am a bodybuilder after all, so everything is very repetitive for the most part. Personal trainer throughout the day, that's what I do for a living, aside for, you know, representing Allmax and whatnot. Right now I'm in prep for the Nationals, so currently at 13 weeks out today. So I get up early, about 4:15 in the morning. I'm at the gym a little before 5. I do my cardio, calves and abs, things like that. And then I get to work a little bit earlier in the, well, not earlier in the morning, a few hours later for work. But before that, I'll usually cook all my meals, which roughly takes me about an hour and a half. I do cook all my meals daily, at least my proteins anyway, just because I don't like reheating all my food and doing that 3-day bulk stuff like that. I'd rather eat it fresh. So go to work at the gym. I'll take clients throughout the day, and in between my clients, I'm, you know, getting my meals in and stuff like that, and answering emails from online clients because I do online coaching and stuff, and just doing other things, you know, that you would do day to day. It's kind of nice because I make my own schedule, so it's accommodating for what I'm trying to achieve with bodybuilding and the time demands that it requires. So I usually finish work about 6:30 now, and then I'll go train myself, usually like 7 o'clock. So before that, I'll take half hour before I train and kind of cool down from the hecticness of the day, you know, with training clients and talking to people. I mean, it's kind of exhausting. So it gets me back into my mindset that I have to be in to, you know, train hard and get me back where I need to be mentally. So I get home about 8:45, 9 o'clock, and do it all over again the next day. I'm usually in bed by midnight, so 9 to 12 is my R&R, and then, like I said, grind it out the next day. 4 a.m. we up, we doing it. Pretty simple. Can't wait to eat. All right, so meat's about to finish up on the grill. Briefly talk a little bit about my show coming up. As I mentioned, today 13 weeks out from the Nationals in Miami in November. So a couple little different things I'm doing as opposed to last year at Junior Nationals in June 2013. I actually lowered my protein considerably. Where I was doing 10, 12 ounces, now I'm doing 6 and 7 ounces. Reason for that, just, you know, kind of playing with the waters a little bit. I'm learning that my body doesn't need quite as much protein as I thought it did. I feel like it's brought my waist down a lot. I'm not having any kind of gastric issues, not bloated, not gassy. My digestive tract is a lot better. I just feel better energy. So not saying it works for everybody, but it's been a huge change for me, you know, even through my off season. Cardio is going to be a lot less because I was able to stay leaner in the off season. And I think I was able to make some you know, larger gains. So last year I weighed 243, 244 on stage. So I'm projecting I'll be probably 10 pounds heavier. That's the goal, but primarily it's conditioning. That's what I'm aiming for. So even if I weigh the same, but I look bigger and more shredded, that's a win. So biggest goal for me right now is, you know, getting my conditioning, you know, extreme and on point. Make sure you get that squat. My favorite part of the day. See that? Perfect. Can't see that plate on here. Portion out the food. I'm a spinach junkie. For all you bodybuilders out there who don't eat your vegetables, you're missing the bus. I don't weigh my spinach typically, I just put as much as I can in my container. Scissors, because it's much easier. Cool. That's money. The reason I cut up all my chicken like this and all my meats is because I'm busy all day training and I have clients. So I make my meals as easily accessible as possible. So when I get my meal, I don't have to sit there and take time and cut it up, or the hassle of fitting a big ass knife in a small little container and cutting it, you know what I mean? So it's pretty much ready to smash when I open it up, and I can eat it in a hurry in between my clients if I have to. And scissors make it much, much easier. Okay. For the fun part, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes always go with the chicken, because chicken and rice to me is just disgusting and old. I think my favorite meal throughout the day is my bison and white rice and my spinach. I could eat that every single meal without problem. So the sweet potatoes give the chicken a little bit more tenderness, I think. So this meal, we're gonna do 250 grams of sweet potatoes. Not 270, 250. With the rice for my bison. I'm gonna do that post-workout. From the cooker. So we just finished making up the remainder of my meals for today. Like I said, I've already had a few. So this is meals 4 through 7. Well, that you guys just saw me cooking. I got a little bit of meat left, so I'll package this up for tomorrow. A little bit of chicken, a little bit of steak, and a little bit of bison. So, you know, usually if I cook a little bit too much, that's kind of the plus side. Nothing ever goes to waste, and I don't just, you know, add protein to my meal or whatever. So always sticking within the portion. So that's it. We're gonna finish packing this up, and next stop, USA Gym. Gonna hit some shoulders. Supplements in my gym bag have all my Allmax essentials. I have my leucine, taurine, arginine, beta-alanine. I have my Razor 8. I have my Isoflex and my Carbion already packed, ready for my intra and post workouts. I have my omega in my pill box. I have my omega-3s. I have my VitaStack I take before I train. And actually, today I'm gonna be using a new HVol, which is coming out here in about a week or so, I believe. It's so it's a stim-free nitric oxide product. Increases your blood flow tenfold. It's got the nitrosygine, it's got Hydromax, so it's got 65% pure glycerol powder, so which is also really good for like saturating and hydrating the muscle. I know when I tried it out several months back when we were first getting in the works, I literally took it in and wasn't thinking about taking it, what I had taken, and 15 minutes later, and I literally felt, you know, expanding. It was pretty wicked. My forearms just felt, you know, and I felt like I was full. Like if you take in a bunch of carbohydrates and your body just kind of fluffs up, that's what I felt like. And it lasted for hours because we didn't get to train actually for almost an hour and a half afterwards. So I've been itching and scratching waiting for this damn product to come out, and it's finally here. So I like stim-free stuff. I like a little bit of stim, you know, pre-workout, but mainly blood volume and getting a pump is what I favor the most. So this is going to be pretty badass. I'm stoked about it. I can't wait to use it today. But that's it. Basics, simple stuff. Omegas, VitaStack, my essentials powders. That's really about it. Digestive enzymes and RLA. So a little bit of yohimbine.
Hey everybody, it's Big B here at USA Gym in Bridgeville, Illinois, close to home. It's my training partner, Adam. We're out here shooting part of the series, second part of the series, hitting low shoulders. It's hot, different gym, heavier dumbbells.
Cool gym though.
Definitely a cool gym. So anyway, thanks for stopping in. We're gonna do some different movements today and try to see if we can not put our hands over our heads by the time we're done.
Come on, let's move it now, come on. There you go. Come on. Here we go, come on. Up. There you go, come on. Come on.
How does it feel to be back at it after you've been sick?
It feels good. It's like I was telling Jay, you know, you feel it. You know, I didn't train for 6 days and I was still able to eat, but that sickness and the fever, it breaks your body down, so you don't have that level of strength and and endurance, you know what I mean? And your stabilizer muscles are still kind of shot. So you just feel real wobbly. But a couple more days, you know, I'll be back to normal. I miss training though, man. I was going stir crazy not going in here.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not on tape to tell me to take it off.
Might be.
Oh, thank you.
So you've had a chance to be around Brandon, you've had a chance to judge Brandon, you've seen him in shows, you've seen him in your gym. You've spent a lot of years as an IFBB Pro. What do you think of how he's come along?
Brendan's one of those kids that I've probably known him now for about 8 years. You know, and a lot of these younger guys, when you first meet him, you're like, he's a little cocky, a little out there, you know, not really listening to a little bit of information, you know. But the kid always had a good work ethic, you know, and he had that good structure. So you knew if he just screwed his head on a little tighter, he could do something with this sport, as it's turning out to be.
Absolutely.
You know?
As you know, his goal is to turn pro next November, and He's about 12 weeks out now. He had a chance to work out in your USA gym today, and I didn't get a chance to look at him. What do you think of his progress?
I think he looks great. You know, I was with Brendan on the flight into Pittsburgh, and we talked a little bit. And he's a big kid, you know. And with these big kids nowadays, they got to remember that it's not just being big. You know, they get all caught up on that size. And we talked a little bit about that. And I told him, I said, the judges that are going to be in front of you at the Nationals, they're also a lot of pro judges. They're not impressed with your size. You know what I mean? They're judging Phil, they're judging Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman and Big Rami. You know, what they're going to be impressed with is a combination of conditioning and size. So I told them, your ticket to winning with your shape is to come in shape. Don't miss that opportunity, you know?
Is there anything you can see that he specifically needs to bring up to get to the next level?
Honestly, just I think he's got to hit his peak with his shape. I mean, when you're a pro, you always want to be bigger. I mean, I could sit here and tell you that he's good the way he is, but you always got to get bigger because the next guy's always getting bigger. But you can't lose. What he's got is he's got a nice balance from top to bottom. You know, he's a good-looking kid. That always helps. And like I said, he seems like he's got his head screwed on straight now and more focused than what I've seen him. And, you know, I told him the opportunities are going to come. You just got to take advantage of them.
Great. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime.
Allmax Nutrition, the choice of champions for more than 15 years.